Bold fans, the tension is boiling over. Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester have just made a shocking demand, one so outrageous it leaves Will Spencer furious. What could they possibly want that pushes Will over the edge? Stay tuned, because this demand may change everything. Taylor Hayes never expected this. In the quiet moments after Sheila's chaos has faded, Deacon Sharp begins to unburden himself. He's haunted by secrets, desperate to clear his conscience, and in that desperation he reveals something Taylor can hardly process. Luna Nozawa is alive. For Taylor, this isn't just shocking, it's dangerous knowledge. The Forresters, the Logans, and even the Spencers have been living under the assumption that Luna perished after the horrifying events at the beach house. Lee Finnegan herself swore that Luna hadn't survived, much like she once insisted Finn was gone forever. Taylor remembers that deception all too well, and now she can't ignore the eerie sense of history repeating itself. Holding this secret weighs heavily on Taylor. Her loyalty to Ridge, her duty to protect her family, and her professional instincts as a psychiatrist all collide. She knows Ridge and Brooke will see this as more than just a shocking survival story. For them, Luna's return will reopen every wound, every moment of terror, every reason they had to hate her. Spoilers suggest Taylor won't keep silent for long. Whether out of moral responsibility or sheer fear of what might happen if Luna's existence is revealed by someone else, Taylor may deliver the shocking news straight to Ridge and Brooke herself. But here's the question for you, fans. Is Taylor doing the right thing, or is she lighting a fuse that could ignite a firestorm across Los Angeles? The moment Ridge and Brooke learn the truth, their emotions erupt. They don't see Luna as a victim who miraculously survived. To them, she's the chaos that nearly destroyed everything they love. Ridge nearly lost Steffi because of her reckless behavior. Hope's fragile bond with Liam has been scarred. And now, the shadow of Luna looms over Will Spencer's future, with scandalous pregnancy claims that could shatter yet another family. So Ridge and Brooke make what spoilers call their dirty demand. They want Luna behind bars, immediately. No delays, no excuses, no sympathy. As far as they're concerned, Luna walking free in Los Angeles is a ticking time bomb. Every second she's hidden is another chance for her to escape justice, manipulate someone else, or create a scandal worse than the last. But beneath their outrage lies something deeper. This isn't just about justice, it's about control. Ridge and Brooke want to prove they can stop Luna once and for all, that they can draw a line and protect their families from the wreckage she brings. Their determination, however, borders on obsession. They speak less like victims seeking closure and more like rulers demanding submission. And in doing so, they risk losing sight of compassion, nuance, and the very values they claim to protect. Bold fans, this is where you come in. Do you believe Brooke and Ridge are right? Should Luna be cuffed and sent back to prison without hesitation? Or are they letting anger and fear blind them to the bigger picture? Standing in the path of Ridge and Brooke's fury is none other than Bill Spencer. For Bill, the situation is personal. Luna isn't just some fugitive, she's tied to his son's life, to Will's future, and to secrets that could shatter his entire family. That's why Bill makes his countermove, protecting Luna, no matter the cost. Bill has always been a man who bends the rules when it suits him, and this time is no exception. By shielding Luna, he's not only defying Ridge and Brooke, but also daring them to challenge his authority. To him, their dirty demand reeks of hypocrisy and arrogance. Bill knows Luna is complicated, but in his eyes, throwing her in prison before the truth comes out would be reckless and destructive. Enter Katie Logan. Unlike her sister Brooke, Katie doesn't let rage dictate her choices. She argues for patience, for truth, for fairness. Her stance is clear. Before anyone talks about prison, there must be a paternity test. Only then will the world know if Will truly is the father of Luna's child. Until that happens, Katie insists, locking Luna up is cruel and premature. This sets the stage for a Logan versus Logan clash. Brooke's fury collides with Katie's compassion, each woman fighting for her vision of justice. And if history has taught us anything, when the Logan sisters are divided, the fallout can ripple through every corner of Los Angeles. So fans, whose side are you on? Brooke's ruthless demand for justice, or Katie's plea for truth before punishment? At the heart of this storm is Will Spencer, the boy who has spent most of his life shielded from the darkest corners of his family's world. But now, he is no longer protected. He is thrust into a nightmare where the people he trusts most are ripping each other apart, and his own future is being debated like a courtroom case. He listens as Brooke and Ridge demand Luna's imprisonment, painting her as nothing more than a criminal. He sees his father, Bill, fighting desperately to shield Luna, and Katie pleading for patience and fairness. And yet, no one stops to ask Will what he wants. No one hears his voice. Finally, the dam breaks. Will explodes in a way fans have never seen before. His fury is raw, his words cut deep. He lashes out not only at Luna for dragging him into scandal, but also at Brooke and Ridge for turning his pain into a spectacle. To him, their so-called dirty demand isn't about justice, it's about power. It's about controlling his life, his choices, and his identity. This is the moment Will steps out of the shadows. No longer a bystander, he demands respect, truth, and control over his own destiny. Bold fans, is this the birth of a new Spencer powerhouse, ready to stand toe-to-toe with Ridge, Brooke, and anyone else who dares silence him? So where does this all lead? Spoilers suggest Brooke and Ridge aren't backing down. They're prepared to push harder than ever, pressuring Bill to hand Luna over before she can run or stir up more chaos. Ridge, still haunted by the times he nearly lost Steffi, will not rest until Luna is locked away. Brooke, fierce as ever, believes she's protecting not just her family, but the entire Forrester legacy. But Bill and Katie won't surrender easily. Together, they form a united front, one built on truth, not vengeance. Bill sees himself as Luna's shield, while Katie insists that the paternity test must come first. Without it, rushing to judgment would be reckless. And then there's the question of fallout. If Will is proven to be the father, the fury of Ridge and Brooke may skyrocket to new heights. But if he isn't, Luna's credibility could shatter, leaving her with no allies at all. Meanwhile, Taylor stands on dangerous ground. By revealing Luna's survival, she may have unleashed the very war she feared most. And now, Los Angeles teeters on the edge of a family war where every move carries devastating consequences. In classic Bold and the Beautiful fashion, this isn't an ending, it's the setup for the next great battle. So Bold fans, the lines have been drawn. Brooke and Ridge with their ruthless demand. Bill and Katie standing firm in defiance. And at the center, Will Spencer, no longer silent, but furious, ready to fight for his own voice. Luna's survival is not just a twist in the story, it's the spark that ignites a full-blown inferno. Do you believe Brooke and Ridge are right to demand Luna's imprisonment? Or are they letting anger cloud their judgment and risk tearing their families apart? And what about Will? Has his rage finally transformed him into a true Spencer, prepared to battle anyone who tries to control his life? So Bold fans, we've reached the edge of a cliffhanger that could change everything. Brooke and Ridge are standing tall with their ruthless demand for Luna's imprisonment, convinced that only by locking her away can they protect their families. Bill and Katie, on the other hand, refuse to bow down, determined to uncover the truth before a single judgment is made. And right in the middle is Will Spencer, no longer the quiet son, but a young man exploding with rage, ready to fight for his own life and identity. This isn't just another storyline, it's the spark of a family war that could shatter alliances, expose secrets, and redraw the balance of power in Los Angeles. Luna's survival is only the beginning. The questions of paternity, loyalty, and justice will collide in ways that none of these families can predict. Now it's your turn. Do you agree with Brooke and Ridge's demand, or do you think they've gone too far? Should Bill and Katie's defense of Luna be applauded, or will it backfire in the worst way? And most of all, is Will finally stepping into his destiny as the next great Spencer fighter? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and don't miss a moment, because the battle lines are drawn, and the storm is only beginning.